Watch this point. You may be surprised. Who won the point, Team A or Team B? There'll be a quiz after this point. Nice put away. Who do you think won this point? Team A or Team B? Choose now. And I know this is going to sound a little weird, but Team A actually lost that point while smashing the ball and putting it away. How could this happen? This is how it happened, and I swear everyone does it, right? That's a foot fault. He didn't reestablish. It's that scissor kick. Here it is again in slow motion. It's that scissor kick, right? He steps in the kitchen, does not reestablish. What should you do in a tournament so the ref doesn't call it on you? And let me point out that scissor kick used in tennis so beautifully does not work amazingly in pickleball, right? They're not super close to that line. However, when they scissor kick, they're gonna commit a kitchen foot fault. And you see when they use that scissor kick, which works in tennis beautifully, right? But in pickleball, if they step in and don't reestablish both feet before they hit that overhead, it's a kitchen foot fault. It happens all the time. The referees miss it a ton. They really do if you actually watch this sport like I do. Let me read verbatim. Players must reestablish both feet outside the non-volley zone, which means the kitchen, and its lines before the volleying the ball again. Let's look at it again. That player pushed right off that kitchen line with his left foot while scissor kicking right. If you're left-handed, it might be the opposite. And again, the scissor kick gets so many pickleball players in trouble because of the reestablishment rule, meaning they have to get both feet outside the kitchen after scissor kicking and before hitting the overhead.
Within two.
Exhibit A, watch this point, it's pretty good.
Football.
Oh, no.
Second serve.
Oh no, on the push off.
Toe tap it, baby.
And Pablo is eating his shirt, which is the best thing that can happen for all involved here.
But I think, I mean, it's extremely hard in the moment, but I think he had time to toe tap.
Yes. And just
In a perfect world, this would get called by the pickleball referee, and everyone would be happy. But when you're in rec play, does this ever get called? When you're hitting that overhead and you did a scissor kick and you know you stepped in the kitchen, but you don't really know, right? That's a problem. Basically, what I'm saying is that person hitting the overhead is not going to call themselves for a kitchen foot fault that they can't see and that they didn't know they actually did. Your opponents most likely won't call this on you because you're so far back after hitting that overhead, they don't even see that foot fault violation. So everyone feels completely safe, right? With the wrong call. So this kind of foot fault goes unnoticed, gets swept under the rug until you're at a huge tournament and you get called for it, but you saw this video, so what do? The main problem is you're developing bad footwork for pickleball and you go into a tournament and you get called for this because you're bad footwork, right? This bad footwork will burn you in officiated matches and you'll cry like a little baby, just like I did. So how do we change this habit? And more importantly, what's the correct footwork? I'll show you right now. Instead of one big push, the player should make several steps, which guarantees establishing both feet outside the kitchen or avoiding stepping into the kitchen at all. So what would be the right footwork in this case? Lots of little steps, right? It sounds really stupid and inefficient, but honestly, little steps will get you out of that kitchen area, and then you can take bigger steps, right? So remember, next time you're in a tournament being officiating by referees, this may get called if you step in the kitchen. It still might not get called, but it's getting called more and more, so practice the right technique. When the match is being officiated by a referee, it's getting called more and more, so I'd recommend you learn a lot of little steps, right? Hold on, what's that? Yeah, if you do an Ernie, you're probably making a foot fault as well. We have a video on that as well. Thank you, my producer, Mark McCarty. He says the Ernie foot fault and the overhead are the most overlooked calls by referees. So if you're going to make a foot fault in a tournament, I recommend these two because they might get overlooked by the pickleball referee. So if you came from tennis and you're close to that kitchen line, take a lot of small steps, don't do that scissor kick, right, and learn the right technique. One more thing, if you can't find a pickleball player to practice against, say that 10 times fast. I recommend the Titan ball machine, the world's first fully programmable ball machine. I use it all the time for my clients. Recommend it, save 10% on any paddle, and don't forget to have a good day. Always.